Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Zana and everyone. I am Nurul Farihah Rosli from Band 8A. So, I have just finished my internship at English Language Learning Center, ELC, UMT, at UMT last Thursday. So, I will be using the acronym ELC to refer to my internship place throughout this presentation. So, well, everybody knows where is UMT, right? But not everybody knows about UMT's background. So UMT started as a Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Sciences at Universiti Pertanian Malaysia. So as time passes, changes happened, and now we recognize UMT as Universiti Malaysia Terengganu. And this is the UMT's organizational chart. And as you can see here in the circle, ELC is a department under Pusat Pembelajaran Asas dan Lanjutan, or we call it as PEPAL. And the dean for PEPAL is Prof Ashraf, while the deputy dean are Encik Borhan and Dr Azhar. So this is us, the staff under PEPAL, and that is me in yellow. And this is the organizational chart for ELC, which is directed by Dr. Raihana, my industrial supervisor. And here at ELC, we have lecturers and also guru bahasa. As there are no specific English courses in UMT, the academic staff at ELC is more into servicing, where they teach English subjects to all students in UMT. And the differences between lecturers and guru bahasa is that lecturers can took in postgraduate students, while guru bahasa cannot. Okay, this is the ELC building and a glimpse of what it looks like inside. And as you can see here, they provide a room for each and every one of us. And this is my workspace. This is me in my room. And this is during the Pulse Raya celebration. And here is only some of us, as the others might be having classes. And this is during Dr. Zana's visit to ELC, and this is my supervisor, Dr. Raihana. So this is my task throughout the 3 months of internship, and I will be explaining them one by one. So the first thing that I am tasked with is to answer the phone calls, and the task might seem simple, but it really did improve my communication skills, and I am able to apply what I have learned in public speaking and introduction to human communication subject. Okay, task 2 is researching and extracting information, which I would say one of my main tasks here, where I deal with a lot of articles. First is to create my own resource center, where I collect and curate the articles on topics relating to English language, such as writing, grammar, vocabulary, online learning, and also linguistics. So what I did was to extract the information from the articles dated from 2020 to 2022, and to list the information as you can see in the table. And so far, I have read and collected around 54 articles, and my resource center will be helpful to aid the ELC staff in their literature review writings. And the main skills that I use for reading the articles is critical thinking, where I use the skimming and scanning technique. And for researching, I use the skills that I've learned in the research methodology subject. And while doing the task, I am able to relate to what I have read to many subjects, such as the learning and acquiring English, and also the other 4 linguistics elements as I have listed on the slide. Okay, I also do research on minimum English language admission requirements for international students for all IPTAs in Malaysia. And this is to see the differences between UMT requirement and other IPTA, so that they can make any suitable changes to the system. I also did research on the types of soft skills and hard skills needed by the employers, and this is for English for Occupational Purposes subject, EOP, for which they might need to change the syllabus according to the data that I have collected. And other than critical reading and research methodology subject, I am also able to relate the task with English for Young Professional subject, where I learn about the soft skills and hard skills. Okay, these are the research that I did to find out the university's GE, the graduate employability, and the university's perspective. And I also did a research on the list of guru bahasa lecturers and the total number of students in every IPTA. The data is needed to, like, as a proof to reason that ELC might need more staff. Okay, I also updated the external examiner list. Actually, among other things that I have researched, I can say that this is the most difficult one, and it took me the longest time. And to find out 20 external examiner, I spent a week just to find 20, and I realized that it was not easy to find those who have H index of 10 and above in the linguistics field. And this is just a list of contact details for the upcoming Madani conferences. And lastly is to find apps to assess students' speaking and writing skills. Overall, what I can say is that I use the skills that I learned in critical reading and research methodology subjects the most in researching and extracting information. And before I move on to the next task, please enjoy a 15-second video of me doing my work.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting a favorite tune. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty.
Alright, task number 3 is translation, where I translated the questions for Ocean Survival Training video from Malay to English. And to complete the task, I used translation technique that I learned in the Introduction to Translation subject 4. Okay, task 4 is video editing, where I created a teaching material video for public speaking subject based on the provided slides. And while doing this, the task, I can relate to Introduction to Human Communication subject, where I learned about the non-verbal communication, and I also apply the skills that I learned in integrative media and also media, technology and society to edit the video. Okay, task 5 is assisting in supervising the exam for EOP subject. And task 6 is joining meeting. This is the picture from Pepal's meeting. It was my first time to actually attend a meeting in a big hall with a large quantity. So I can relate to what I have learned in English for communication too. And also while observing the meeting, I can relate to what I have learned in Introduction to Corporate Communication, where they practice the output communication style in the meeting. Okay, next, this is a meeting where I joined for a program called Gear Up Mara, which I will explain later because I actually have another section prepared especially for the Gear Up Mara program. And this is another meeting for Gear Up Mara. Okay, task 7 is planning activities, where I plan for future activities such as the language game for Band 1 and Band 2 students, and these activities might be executed for next semester or next year. And for Gear Up Mara, I planned ice-breaking activities and also the vocabulary bingo game. Okay, so task 8 will be comprising about my responsibilities for Gear Up Mara program. Excuse me. So Gear Up Mara is a 3-day program organized by Mara, targeted to B40 2021 SPM students. So this program is to prepare them for university life, and ELC is involved to provide English games and English modules to them. So before the program, I joined some meetings. This picture is to discuss like the flow and the tentative of the program, and the other 2 pictures here are the meeting for lexical run. So among the 3 days of the program, I am mostly involved in lexical run. So to prepare for the program, I also planned for the ice-breaking activities and also activities for the lexical run. The ice-breaking activities was held on the first day, and some of the ideas that I have suggested and were selected are blind date game, ice-breaking bingo game, and also the team identity game. And while for the lexical run, the activities that I have suggested and were selected are human vocabulary bingo game and charade. Okay, As I have mentioned previously, I suggested the human vocabulary bingo game, and the person in charge is Dr. Jannah. So I explained my idea to her from A to Z, especially on how to execute the game, and I also prepared a simulation so that we can detect any problems and make some improvement to the game. So this is me presenting my ideas to Dr. Jannah. And this is me preparing the materials needed for the human vocabulary bingo game with Dr. Jannah. So I use persuasion skill that I learned in public speaking to convince Dr. Jannah about my idea, and I also used the knowledge from event management subject to complete the task. Okay, I also prepared the word list and pre and post questions for lexical run, and you actually might wonder what is lexical run. Basically, it is a race where students need to memorize vocabularies along the race. The vocabularies including the definition, the synonym, and the antonym. And there were 4 checkpoints, and students were provided different set of vocabularies in each checkpoint, and the student needs to complete a mission or a challenge at every checkpoint using the memorized vocabularies in order to finish the race. And the winner were decided by a post question, where those who answer faster and got the most answer right win. And also, as I have mentioned before, lexical run is a race, therefore it covers a large area. So I am the one who created the map for the students. I also helped Puan Durah, who is the leader for lexical run, to print all the materials needed for lexical run. I also did a location visit with Dr. Raihana and other UMT staff, first at the hostel where students will stay at, and also at Dewan Ifan, where most activities were held. Let's take a look at video here. I also did a location visit twice with Dr. Rai and also Puan Durah to check the location for lexical run, as you can see here in the video. So this was the first day of Giamara, which is the ice-breaking slot where we played the blind date game, ice-breaking bingo, and also the team identity game. Basically, my main task for 3 days of the program is to be the photographer and to assist the person in charge, and also to help the students if they need anything or if they don't understand something. I will be the one to explain the rules to them. Okay, this is the second day of the program, which is 10th slot. As you can see in the picture, I am the one who took a photograph and I assist the person in charge. And okay, this was the last day of Giamara, which is lexical run slot, and this is my picture with some of the person in charge. We have Puan Durah, who is the leader of lexical run. This is Dr. Jannah, Miss Kaizani, and also Kak Durah. Okay, for lexical run, I joined Puan Durah, the leader of lexical run, to check the status and the progress at each and every checkpoint. This is the first checkpoint at Pusat Islam where they play charade, and this is the second checkpoint at the Chancellery where they play articulate and listen and articulate, and this is the third checkpoint at the DSM where they play the human vocabulary bingo game, and this is the last checkpoint at the library where they play backward spelling bee. Okay, for the closing ceremony, I assisted Puan Durah to distribute the hamper to the winners. You can see me here at the back. I also helped in sorting out and distributing shirts to the facilitator, as you can see here. And for the closing ceremony, after the program, I was responsible to create a video, and this is the link to the video, and also to create a photo book of the program, and this is some of the pages from the photo book that I screenshot. And I was able to use the skills that I learned in multimedia English, integrative media, and also media technology and society subjects while editing the video and the photo book. I was also responsible to design certificates for the facilitator, participants, and also the speakers involved. Okay, and after the program, I also helped Miss Kaizani, the person in charge for backward spelling bee, to tabulate the handwritten data. So the data would help her to write a paper, and this is me tabulating the handwritten data. Okay, as you can see, my hands were moving a lot because I need to visualize the Malay data and translated it to English. So I need to visualize, like for example in this picture, eyes to the left, hands touching the nose, and head looking down, head looking to the right. And while doing this, I can relate to the introduction to psycholinguistic subject, where I learn about the cognitive and how humans react when they are remembering something. Okay, this is to recap on the reflection of the related subjects with the task that I did, and I believe I can relate all my responsibilities with what I have learned in university. And the outcomes from my internship is that I am able to improve and build new hard skills and soft skills, and I also get a lot of exposure to the academic world and also the working life. To conclude my presentation, here are some recommendations from me. Well, I think it would be nice to have a sharing session with the graduated seniors. They can share to us what to expect, what we need to prepare, and we can actually have a casual Q&A session with them. And it is also suggested for the faculty to expose the students to the skills, to the latest skills expected by the employers. And I also think that it is best to prolong the internship duration, as I think there are so much more to learn. And lastly, it is highly recommended for the juniors to undergo internship at ELC, because you get to work in a healthy environment with kind people, and they were always very welcoming, and every moment was fun with them. Okay, so I think alright, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Farihah, for your presentation. Okay, now I open for Q&A. If you have any question to Farihah, ada tak soalan untuk Farihah?
I have a question. Assalamualaikum, Farihah.
Salam, Tika.
So my question to you would be, if you were offered a job there, would you take it? And why?
A job as what? Actually, I was offered as to work as a part-time RA, and of course I accepted it.
Good to know. Alright, thank you, Farihah.
Alright, thank you.
The next question.
Adiba.
Yes, Adiba.
Farihah, what is the you have joined many events, right? So what is the best event between all of the event that you have had?
Oh, actually, Gear Up Mara is actually the only program that we had, because it's just like the what we say, like the after the COVID period. So that's the only one that I managed to join. So maybe in the future there will be many programs, but for me I only managed to join one program only, Gear Up Mara. So I would say Gear Up Mara was the best.
So I can see that Farihah enjoyed her time at UMT, but you're still with UMT, right? Because you accepted the offer.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the best, Farihah.
Thank you.
Thank you. My question is, just one question. Do you think your academy, your courses in UNISA, your academic preparation or academic, apa panggil ni, your academic structure lah, okay? Your courses help you in your internship.
Yes, I think what I have learned in university have helped me a lot, as what I have mentioned before, like public speaking subject, also introduction to corporate communication, human communication subject. So I can use the skills and the knowledge that I learned there in during my internship. So I think it's relatable.
Okay, it's relatable. Okay, good to hear that. Okay, so thank you, Farihah.
Alright,
So now
welcome.